Today I'm going to tell you a little bit about how to use Smore. Smore can be found at www.smore.com. Draw your attention to the sign up button here. If you were to click onto this, it would ask you to use an email address and then your name and then create a password, or you can sign up using Facebook. Now we're going to go ahead and log in. Once you log in, this is the screen that will appear, and you will see that below here are endless examples of digital flyers that people have created. So there are tons and tons of examples of just the many ways that s'mores can be created. At the top here you'll see there's a button to upgrade if you'd like to get a paid version. As mentioned, there's a discounted rate for educators. It's $59 a year. You can push here for a new flyer or click here to see your flyers. As you create your flyers, they will be saved consistently and constantly, and everything that you do and all of your work that you do is saved directly right to your the website. So we're going to go ahead and click on start a new flyer. And this is the screen that appears. There are different options that you can choose from. These are basically like templates. You can start from a blank one. There's for sale, business, events, news bulletins, classes, or other. We're going to go ahead and click onto class. The first thing that they'll ask you to do is to set up a title. You can also skip the step, but we could set up the title and said using Smore in the classroom. You could subtitle this Web 2.0 Engaging Students. Once we click done, we'll have our title here. You can always go back to edit at any point. You can also use these arrows to change the layout of that heading as well. There's also this plus sign button here that if you click it, you can add text, title, picture, galleries, events, audio, video, or even some links right here in the digital flyer itself, or you can just continue to follow the template. And you'll see the way that this template is laid out. There's some text, there's some picture, and again, you can just click the arrows to change the layout if it's not the way you would like it. So there's lots of different options as far as arranging it the way you choose. Like here's an image with some text. Here's just some text, just a title. You can also change these things out. And like I said before, if you just click on that plus button, you'll get the option to add other forms of multimedia in between as well. If you want to get rid of a section that you don't necessarily want, you click the X and then click it again to remove it. You can include other things in here just by pushing that plus sign. Okay, now that's just the layout or the format. You'll see as you scroll down there's lots of other things that you can add for. And at the bottom here is again your other choices for your multimedia. If we go back up to the top, I'd like to draw your attention to this side bar here. You could change the design of your flyer just by clicking down here. If we did the vintage, we can change our background. It could be something that relates to the topic. Now with the free version, you don't get to do customized backgrounds. You just kind of have to use what options they give you. I can change some colors, and I can change the font. Now, I can do that for each of these different sections that I've used. So this basically changes the font and the layout and the colors and that kind of thing. Now you'll notice here that it says save now. You see it's constantly saving. So you never have to worry if your power goes out, your battery dies, or there's a computer glitch or your internet fails. It will constantly be saved to the site, so you don't have to worry about loss of work. And once you feel like you've gotten everything done just the way you like, you'd click Done Editing. And this is what will appear. There's so many different ways that you can use Smore to share these digital flyers that you create. First off, you can share with email. You just enter your email addresses, or you can send it to a mailing list. So if you were to do newsletters for your school or for your classroom, you could email it to all the parents on your list. So you could probably even do a weekly topic or a weekly newsletter to your parents, or even a homework bulletin. So you can share and then write to your mailing list. You can share via Facebook, Twitter, Craigslist, Pinterest. You can get some, you can embed it. Now if you're going to use Facebook, you can actually choose the friends that you would like to send it to, and it goes to them as a private message. So that's just another option. So as we scroll down here as well, you'll see that you can still edit your flyer, you can preview it, and you can also print it. A link is also provided that you can use this link directly from any sort of web page, or even include it in an email. Or and then lastly, the flyer settings. If you were to click onto flyer settings, you will see that it gives you the flyer privacy options. So you can click private, you can have it public, or you can try to get as many visitors as possible. Working with students, I tend to always use private. You never necessarily know what kind of information students are going to put on these things, so I like to be able to view them before they're made public. You can also lay out the appearance so that a name and profile, social buttons or comments are there or not. And then once you're done, just go ahead and click Save Settings. So I've saved this to private, which I would do with my students. I also have the option to share it in numerous types of ways. But if I am going to use Facebook as my option to share, you will notice that you can leave comments here on that. So lots of different options. Smore is a fantastic tool. You can use it for a format for student projects, just the everyday workings of an educational setting, whether it be newsletters or fundraisers or announcements. It's just a really great resource for ways to use it. And it's also environmentally friendly, because instead of printing these newsletters that your parents may or may never see, you have a way of digitally sharing it with them in a much more creative and aesthetically pleasing way.